Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Plus, a short roundup of the top stories in entertainment news. First on our list is the glamorous New York City wedding of Don Lemon and Tim Malone. The newlyweds were all smiles as they headed home from their glitzy reception at Ralph Lauren's Polo Bar just before midnight on Sunday. Lemon tied the knot with Malone in an intimate ceremony at Fifth Avenue Presbyterian Church before leading guests on foot over to the reception. The grooms appeared in good spirits as they exited their venue in the same coordinated velvet tuxedos they wore to tie the knot hours previously. They had ditched their bow ties and dress shoes, opting for open collars and white sneakers with a trim that matched their respective green and blue jackets. Interestingly, a string of media elites were invited to the exclusive event, including some whose stock has taken a dive in recent years. Disgraced broadcaster Matt Lauer, fired CNN boss Shatter Sacha, and Alec Baldwin were among the high-profile attendees. Lauer, who was fired from his role as host of Today by NBC over sexual misconduct allegations in 2017, was seen leaving, clutching the hand of his girlfriend Shamin Abbas moments before the happy couple emerged. Lemon's old CNN boss, Shatter Sacha, was also in attendance, along with girlfriend Alison Gollust, his former subordinate who he was sacked for having a relationship with. Baldwin, who is currently facing involuntary manslaughter charges over the death of Helena Hutchins, was also snapped on his way into the ceremony with wife Hilaria. The celebrations got off to an early start thanks to a phone call from Vice President Kamala Harris, who wished the couple a marriage full of love, laughter, and good food. In a video shared on Lemon's Instagram, she can be heard telling them to always find the humor in themselves and each other. Moving on to some shocking news, Rebel Wilson has broken her silence just hours after Sacha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher announced their split. The British actor and the Australian actress announced on Friday that they had quietly separated last year by sharing a bizarre snap posing in tennis outfits. After 14 years of marriage, it has been reported that Rebel's claims in her memoir, Rebel Rising, were the catalyst for the couple announcing the end of their marriage. The Pitch Perfect star made shock claims about her experience with the a-hole comedian, claiming Sacha told her to strip off when filming scenes for the 2016 comedy The Brothers Grimsby. In her book, which was released in the US on Tuesday, she wrote, "It felt like every time I'd speak to SBC, he'd mention that he wanted me to go naked in a future scene. I was like, I don't do nudity, Sacha." Rebel claimed that she was allegedly summoned by a production assistant for an additional scene while shooting in Cape Town, South Africa. She said, "Okay, well, we're going to film this extra scene," SBC says. Then he pulls his pants down. SBC says very matter-of-factly, "Okay, now I want you to stick your finger up my butt." And I'm like, what? No. A source told The Sun that Isla was starting to get embarrassed about the claims in the book, which acted as a catalyst in her decision to announce their split and allowed her to protect her own career and reputation. Another source close to the couple added that the decision wasn't taken lightly, and there is still a lot of love between Isla and Sacha, who remain incredibly close. In other news, Morgan Wallen's joke about Taylor Swift during his concert in Indiana backfired on Friday night. The singer followed the hitmaker's lead in re-recording some of his earlier work, kicked off by his one night at a time tour at the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis Thursday. As the country crooner took a break on night 2 to thank the crowd for showing up to support him, he did a little bragging. "This is the single most attended concert in the history of this building, and we're the first to do it for 2 nights in a row." The last night singer told the audience, who answered with loud whoops and applause. He continued with a good-natured, "I'm going to say that until Taylor Swift comes to town." However, the crowd was not amused as they booed at the mention of Swift. Some in the audience cheered, but the majority began to boo the sentiment loudly, shouting down any opposite opinions. Morgan tried to appease the crowd and show there was no animosity towards Swift. "We ain't got to boo, we ain't got to boo," he told the crowd, who continued expressing their displeasure. Not knowing what to say next, he thanked his fans for having his back. More entertainment in just a moment. Kristen Wiig officially joined SNL's Five Timers Club as she took on hosting duties for the 5th time during the latest episode of the popular sketch comedy series. The Bridesmaids actress, who recently reprised her SNL role of the Target lady in a humorous ad for the Superstore retailer, was also joined by British songstress and musical guest Ray. The show kicked off with a star-studded monologue as several celebrities made surprise cameos to help celebrate Wiig's milestones, including Ryan Gosling, Paul Rudd, and Matt Damon. At the beginning, Kristen stepped out onto the stage and was welcomed with loud cheers and applause from the live audience. She dazzled in a pair of sparkling black trousers, as well as a black strapless corset top before addressing the excited crowd. The star gushed that she was happy to be back and thrilled to be taking on hosting duties for the 5th time, which officially landed her into the Five-Timers Club. As she began speaking once again, Kristen was suddenly interrupted by Paul Rudd, who stood up in the audience while sporting a Five-Timers jacket. "This is exciting. It's so exciting. Aren't you excited?" the actor exclaimed. "Tonight you're getting your Five-Timers jacket. Look at mine, huh?" However, Kristen revealed, "Oh, sorry, I don't think we're doing one of those," causing Paul to sit down with a look of devastation. Matt Damon then made a surprise cameo, and he expressed, "Hey, Kristen, well, first off, big fan. I just want you to know I grew up watching you on SNL." The star sent the actor a confused look, since they were only 3 years apart. Lastly, Jelly Roll's private jet had to make an emergency landing while traveling to Austin for the 2024 CMT Music Awards. The singer, who recently had some transformative dental work, was on his way out of LA for Sunday's awards ceremony when his private airplane was forced to turn around. The country crooner's wife, Bunny XO, documented the ordeal on social media as she revealed to followers they were experiencing some technical issues mid-flight. On TikTok, she shared video of the captain explaining the situation to them with the caption, "Our plane we were on just stopped mid-air and turned around for an emergency landing." While waiting for the all-clear in the airport lounge, the YouTube star asked her husband, "Hey, Daddy, what's happening?" The native Tennessean answered, "Oh, the plane just got turned around. They turned the plane around. They said it's an issue with the computer, and they want us to get back on it," she said, before Jelly Roll quipped, "At least it wasn't the brakes." No word on how long it took to get the jet airborne, but the influencer shared video of the second attempt as they taxied down the runway. "All right, LA, let's try this again. Austin, here we come," she wrote over the video. The flight arrived safely, and the almost home singer and his crew even had time to head over to the Moody Center, where preparations were already in place for last night's ceremonies. And there you have it. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. If you like the show, hit those 5 stars on Apple or leave us a review. We'll be happy to mention them here. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Entertainment Plus.